What's the tea? The tea is this exclusive interview with me, your host, Wadey G, on the G Listed.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, you've got your big break, right? And you're
Right.
doing this with LaRue of all people and Noir Male. So, I mean, you got a big person, the legend of the gay adult entertainment industry, and then Noir Male being a big production house in the industry. So you're gaining this whole fan base. You did your first film. Has it come out yet, the film?
It has been released,
Okay.
and you could see it on noirmail.com. And actually,
And who are you in with? Do you remember their names?
oh yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course. The people that I meet, especially just in general, but especially in my work, I love it because I get to meet great people for the most part, like-minded people. But then also, like, for networking reasons, I want to make sure to maintain professionalism, and then just because they're cool people. So I shot with a kid named Jarrett Moon, who it was Jarrett's second scene. He had shot a scene, I think, about a week prior or 2 weeks prior. So he was relatively new as well. And shout out to Jarrett Moon because he's a great kid. And I would hope sooner or later our paths will cross again. We, of course, exchanged contact information and such, but I believe he's based out in Texas somewhere. And I shot with DeAngelo Jackson, of course, who DeAngelo I have met before. And more so, I'm sure we all know it's a fact. We could say it for sure. The man is beautiful. He's such a gorgeous man.
He is.
But more so than that,
God.
he's so down to earth. He's so humble. He's
He's a
sweet,
sweetheart.
so polite. Yeah, I love DeAngelo. So those were both great. Well, I didn't meet DeAngelo. It was good to see him again. But I've met great people. You know, she has her own reputation, and her employees were great. I love the cameramen and the photographers.
Wow.
They were so cool. Everybody was so cool. It was just great. And I guess that would be a key thing if I was gonna give anybody advice, in the porn industry or in any new industry that you're stepping in, is be enthusiastic, of course, be energetic, and be good to be around, but also like be willing to learn, be humble, be disciplined, be obedient. Sometimes if I'm told to do something, I don't even need to ask why. I'm just gonna start doing it. And sometimes when you just close your mouth and you open your eyes, you learn so much, and then you don't even need to ask. So
I know that's right.
yeah, I've
Dude,
been learning a lot,
so-
and shout out to everyone who's helped me thus far. And there's a long way to go, so we're gonna get there.
And I could see the excitement in you. And so that's why I'm like, okay, so after your big break, then we have this whole coronavirus shutting us all down, can't work, can't do anything. And so I know it has hit the adult entertainment industry. So first, when this impacted you and you had work lined up and then that had to pause, I mean, how did you adjust to that kind of news?
Oh, well, I'm going to start with first the impact alone, where it was, like I said, it dead halted this momentum that I had. And I had work lined up that wasn't paused. Sorry to correct you, Wadey. A lot of the events got canceled. It just was, I was
right.
If
couldn't
not
go
for
nowhere.
The coronavirus, yeah, exactly. A lot of them got canceled until further notice, or we not doing the show this year, or the event, or significantly downsized. So that's what I'm experiencing now. But how that happened is, it was even the corona pandemic, of course, was starting to become a real thing right about when I was due to travel to go do my scene. And my roommate at the time was was advising me not to go. They're like, if I were you, I wouldn't go. And to me, it was no option. It was something I had to do. One, because I made a commitment. Two, because it was like this trip to Vegas. It happened to be around my birthday, and I don't want to say I took a chance, but I put my obligation first. That's I knew, I'm a healthy guy. I try to eat healthy and check up. God forbid if I did come in contact with corona, I wasn't gonna let it take me. Let's just say that. But the pandemics like started to be a thing on the week of my shoot. So it was a question if production was even gonna be a thing. Like, you know, was it gonna get canceled? It didn't get canceled. I got out there. We squeezed this last project in. I made it back into New York just in time, and then they shut everything down. So it was like so surreal. It was like I was still so high off of coming, you know, and doing this first production, this first studio porn that I completed, and I didn't just complete it, like I killed it, you know, like I did well, and I knew that. I was proud of my own work. I had directors saying, "Kid, we're gonna get you back here. Like, stick with me," you know, like. So it was very promising, and then I made it back home, and it was like this rain cloud kind of raining on my parade, where I just want to be happy about everything. It was very weird because I'm a person where I always keep up a high pace, having to go into quarantine alone, having to go from, you know, from my day job to my night job to running my own site and other projects to dead stop on everything. It just was, you know how we were saying we're from New York and we're used to this pace?
Yes.
It just was so
It's
weird.
having that rug pulled up under you where you don't know what to do, even as creatives.
And it was scary. I think we all went through this. I was definitely a little nervous for all my careers, just for my future. And, you know, we kind of make plans for the future and we take things for granted. And to me, ultimately, the lesson that I got from this whole pandemic is, you know, you can't take tomorrow for granted. You literally never know what could happen, and the whole world could change in a second. Like,
Yes.
So it took me a while to adjust to that pace. Thankfully, I did have some great friends, and I still do have some great friends. I was quarantined with a friend of mine, and that we definitely helped each other through that period. We kind of just did our best to enjoy the new pace that we were forced to be at, to enjoy the shut-in, and of course adhere to these new guidelines, adhere to this new way of life where literally if you're not doing it, you're putting yourself in danger and everyone else around you. So it was definitely, there were some sad times. I tell you, the first 2 weeks I just was in bed. I was sleeping. I was waiting for it to hear on the news, oh, cases are going down. I was hoping it would end as quickly as it started, to be honest.
Right, because it was only supposed to be like 15-day shutdown,
right,
and then it went from 15 days to a month, and now we're what, 4th month now?
So
crazy.
Yeah, 4th month now, literally. And like, what now to the point where there's no cure, or it's still spreading, but it's to the point where the world's ready to open back up, and people are just, you know, I guess they're gonna cut their losses or take the risk. But it was difficult. It was really hard. And shout out to everyone, because I know we all went through this together. That was something that everyone in the world experienced, you know? And reminding myself of that helped it a little bit. Just definitely speaking with friends and family who were telling me, sometimes, you know, when bad things happen, you just can't help but blame yourself. And I'm that person sometimes where it kind of sucked. And I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? You know, like,
it's not you.
It's not me, right? It's just, there's a greater plan, and I believe that. So what I did, eventually, once I adjusted to it, got over the initial blues, I started working out again from home, because God, I missed the gym. I worked at the gym, and I worked very frequently. I worked out a lot. So just the gym being shut was like, I wanted to cry. But then I took it into my own hands. I started doing push-ups. I would do 1,000 push-ups a day. Let's say that's a good number. I would do my squats. I would just get busy, you know, for at least an hour a day. And that started to make me feel better. And sometimes I just feel like when you feel good, good things are happening, because soon after, Dwight was calling me back with this new opportunity. Home.
Thank you for checking out this interview. Make sure you press that like button, subscribe to the G Listed on YouTube and SoundCloud, share this interview on your social media and with your friends, and check out more videos. Take care.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.